If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 136 of the Career Mode Road to Glory here on FIFA 15. We come into this one on the back of a really good cup win against Birmingham City, a solid 5-2 victory to hopefully give us the impetus to push forward in the league, because currently not doing too well, down in 17th, 3 draws and 2 defeats so far this season, yet to get our first victory of the BPL season. Now this is in complete stark contrast to the form that we had in our first 2 years in the Barclays Premier League. The first season we started very strong and finished 10th. The second season, of course, we started even stronger and was sat in the top 2 for the majority of the season, although we did end up finishing 5th, unfortunately, thanks to, as we had in the first season, a rather poor run from, say, February through to the end of the year. So if we're going to have the poor run now at the start, then maybe we can end strong this year and finish higher than 5th. But we are going to have to end strong if we're going to improve upon what's been pretty disappointing performances so far in the BPL this season. British Sombolonga is pretty much tearing me apart there in the opening stages, but we get a little bit lucky with the way that Patrick Bamford can't quite finish off the chance. Obviously, Forest are a side that we know quite well from the performances on Football Manager over the past few months, and obviously since we moved on to Arsenal and now started a new save, but at least we know the background of a few of the players in this starting lineup, including British Sombolonga, who was kind of a cult hero of that FM save. So we know what to expect from him, and he definitely was causing me some problems in the first half. Here, Henry Lansbury gets so fortunate with the way that it breaks back to him, but there's nothing fortunate about the finish. A brilliant strike on his left foot into the top corner to give Forest a 1-0 lead here at home. So really disappointed to have been pegged back in the early stages, but we hadn't started well again. I was hoping that we were going to get ourselves back into it. You can see we're trying to create a chance here, but Callum Wilson's shot has all the sting taken off it by the block from the defender, and we stay 1-0 down. But we did continue to push forward in this first half. That kind of spurred me on to try and get an equaliser, that goal that actually led us going behind. But Cassidy here, not really too much to aim for really when it comes to the amount of goal he had to try and pick out there. It was the 2 defenders in front of him blocked him off quite well. Still got the shot away, but it was well saved. Then Callum Wilson uses his pace to get away from Eric Lehigh here. Gets it into Cassidy again, who has another good shot that's well saved by Hennessy, and I can't quite get there on the rebound with Grazo, and unfortunately they clear it away. And then British Sombolonga is coming forward here in the last few moments, or in the last 10 minutes or so, but Viola steals it off him. Gorgeous through ball. Cassidy's got the pace to get away from Jack Hobbs. In behind, and he does finish it really nicely. On his right foot into the back of the net, we have an equaliser. We were knocking on the door for the majority of the game since they scored, and finally the door opened and we were able to get ourselves an equaliser. The question then turned to, could we get a winner in stoppage time? Stefano Gabbiadini trying to do some work here, fresh legs on the pitch. Callum Wilson has the shot, but again a good save by Wayne Hennessy knocks it around the post for a corner. But we do have the set piece to come, and Jack Grealish is going to be the man to stand it up into the middle, looking for Cassida, but keeper comes and punches it, and then they are eventually just going to smash it clear, and the referee is going to blow his final whistle. So another draw in the Barclays Premier League, this time against Nottingham Forest. We could have done with a win there. Well, to be fair, we could have done with a win in all of the games we've drawn so far, or lost, to be completely honest. That's now 4 points in the Barclays Premier League from 6 games. 4 draws, 2 defeats. So the one competition or one of the 2 competitions we have been winning in so far is the Europa League. Obviously, we got a good win against Nacional in the first game in this competition, and we've been winning in the Capital One Cup as well, with wins over Scunthorpe and Birmingham. So I felt confident coming into this one, although albeit away from home against Stad Reams. But obviously, they're not the strongest of sides. I honestly didn't recognise any names in their first team lineup at all, to be completely honest. Don't know whether that's a negative impact on my football knowledge, or whether they just don't have any players of any particular note in their starting lineup. Playing a strong side though, as you can see. First team lineup, Strel Georgiev up top alongside Takelo Ranti. Nicholas Spauller out wide with Jenkins Chikawi out on the right hand side. I did think about taking you guys up on the comments in the comment section of the previous few episodes, and actually putting Jenkins Chikawi in the middle. And I swear he used to be able to play at centre mid or at cam, at least that was available on his positions, but now it's not. Now he only apparently can play at right mid or left mid or right wing, so I have to keep playing him out wide if I want to really maximise his potential. He has started to grow again though since we used the short-term loan glitch, so fingers crossed he can continue to do so, although obviously as you saw there, we got the ball into the back of the net in this game, but sadly it was offside, so it didn't quite count. Takelo Ranti though is going to find Georgiev again, but I wanted him to just sweep that with his left foot, and he just got his feet mixed up, and he just kind of hit his ankle on his right foot and went well wide. So I was really disappointed with that. We definitely started on the front foot though in this one, and then unfortunately we get an injury. You see Johannes Geist goes down, and unfortunately he's going to be out for a short while, a few weeks in fact. So I actually brought on Gruezo. I was obviously in the transfer window trying to move on Gruezo. And it's kind of lucky that we weren't able to use him in a deal, because he's going to come in handy now with Johannes Geist going out injured. I think it's a sprained wrist. I'm not too sure. He fell awkwardly there, as you saw. Didn't actually get caught with a challenge. He just kind of fell over the man on the floor after the challenge. But get a good tackle in there with Paul Downing, but it falls back to their man. Another good turn by him, and then he picks out a teammate who also lays it back to another teammate, smashes it into the top corner to give Reams a 1-0 lead, kind of against the run of play. We've definitely been on top for this first half, but as we headed right into half-time, a little bit of a lapse in concentration, and unfortunately we found ourselves going behind. So we've put the ball in the back of the net once, albeit it didn't count. Could we do it a second time? Gruezo, the man that came on for the injured guy, now has a knock, but that wasn't the main point of concern here. He's quite happy to celebrate wildly as Takalo Ranti smashed that ball into the top corner. Similar finish to their goal, actually, albeit a little bit further out from goal. Then they got the ball into the back of the net again, but another offside goal at that end of the pitch, so it could be 2-2. And one thing, you see the linesmen, they always do that little sniff thing, don't they? The animation where they just kind of sniff out of one nostril type thing, or they get like an itch on their top lip. It really weirds me out. Every single time you get an offside call, the linesman always does that. It's really strange, but really disappointed with my goalkeeper there. Got down well to save it in the first place, but pushed it straight to the feet of the waiting striker. And after all our hard work to get ourselves back on level terms and score in the first place, we get pegged back to 2-1 behind again. Or behind again, now at 2-1 rather than 1-0. So we had to build again, try and get ourselves a second goal. Takalo Ranti in behind, and we do get ourselves back on level terms again. Really good finish. Actually took a bit of a deflection off the defender's foot, which is what caught the goalkeeper out, because it was going straight at him, unfortunately. But then a lucky stroke of, well, luck. And it came off the defender's foot and kind of deflected up over the goalkeeper. Couldn't react in time, and we get a point for our second game in the Europa League. So that maintains our top of the group status with 4 points from in 2 games in Europe. Really pleased with how things are going in Europe so far. Obviously not so pleased with how they're going in the league, but maybe we can put that to right here against Norwich. They're starting a 4-1-2-1-2. They've come up this season from the league down below, so hopefully we can, you know, kind of treat them as such. We were a side that finished in the European positions last season, and I would very much like to dominate this game if we possibly can, considering, to be fair, we've dominated a few games in the Premier League so far this season. We just haven't gotten the goals or the results to show that. But as you can see, Callum Wilson and Fabian Cassett are starting again in this one. It's a similar formation, or similar lineup rather, to the side that played against Forest in the first game. I kind of fancied them against one of the sides that came up last season. Didn't quite work out. We got a 1-1 draw, but I thought I'd put faith in the same side again against another one of the sides that came up this season, and we got off to a good start. Callum Wilson picking up a 1 goal here to make it 1-0, sorry, in the 22nd minute, and we're able to catch them on the counter-attack here as well. Michael Wood's lovely ball. Callum Wilson is so fast. He and Ranti are the 2 fastest players in my side right now, and he makes it 2-0 with just a few minutes to go before half-time, putting us in a commanding position as we headed towards the break. But we hadn't gotten as far as the break yet when the next chance was going to come. Martin Olsen smashes it clear, but it's not the best of clearances. Perhaps he was looking for a striker to try and build on with a, you know, a flick on, etc. But Jack Grealish sprays it out wide nicely to Video. Callum Wilson played in here. I thought about having a shot early, decided against it. Not really too sure how he's been able to squeeze that in at the far post. A very, very good shot on his weaker left foot. Bent away from the goalkeeper, in off the woodwork to give us a 3-0 lead at half-time. And I was pretty confident from that point that we were going to be getting our first win in the Barclays Premier League, to be completely honest. Video's played in down the right-hand side here. Obviously got brilliant dribbling feet. Squares it across to Jack Grealish. Hits one post, hits the other post. And as he's just about to put the ball in the back of the net, he falls over the defender and can't get onto the end of it. Really disappointed for Jack Grealish there, because that shot and that move deserved a goal, but really unlucky. Comes off both posts and then he falls over the defender and can't finish it off. So we stayed at 3-0. Norwich starting to come forward and growing confidence as we headed further into the second half, but then we were just going to smash that confidence straight back down again. Catch them on the counter-attack. Has 88 finishing, Callum Wilson, and that is on show there. Brilliant shot. That's 4 goals for him, all 4 scored by Callum Wilson in this one, to give us a 4-0 victory against Norwich. I think he might be starting in the next game, to be completely honest. I can't exactly drop him, can I, after scoring 4 goals? We've got a bit of a break now with an international break until the next Barclays Premier League game, so fortunately we have time for players to get rested, etc., and I can start a full-strength, fully fit side for the next game, and I think that next game will include Callum Wilson as a starting striker. I may drop Takalo Ranti rather than Georgiev as well, actually, so that we still have Georgiev's dribbling ability and the electric pace of a player alongside him, this time in the shape of Wilson rather than Ranti. But that win has moved us up to 13th from 19th in the Barclays Premier League table, and we're only 3 points off Manchester United up in 7th. So the season is okay so far. We just need to turn those draws into wins, and it looks like we've started to do that. So we'll hope to continue that vein in tomorrow's episode. And obviously, if you missed the earlier video on the channel today, it wasn't an Inter Milan career mode episode. It was an extremely important vote video that you guys need to go and check out. So if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It'll be on the channel page. I need your feedback. It's you guys deciding what you want to see for the next couple of weeks or month or so in that 1 PM slot. So definitely go and check that video out if you missed it. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, I will see you next time.